Plaintiff Samir Rahim says his wife's daughter is dating the defendant. But after a disagreement, the defendant filed a restraining order against Samir's wife. Samir claims after a court hearing with the defendant assaulted him and broke his glasses, so he's suing. Defendant Cleveland Mitchell says he only filed a restraining order against his girlfriend's mother after she threatened to have him killed. Cleveland insists he only hit Samir after Samir hit his girlfriend, and he's countersuing for damaged property and emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you. This goes back about a year or so. This is my wife, KENNITA. That's her daughter, Kiki, and that's her daughter's boyfriend, Cleveland. They lived with us for a while, and things got kind of bad, so I moved out because they were taking advantage. They were living, they weren't paying anything, and I moved out. And so when I moved out— Did you take
your wife with you?
No, my wife was kind of like in with them. So I let her know that it was like a they weren't taking care of business, sir. So I moved out for a while, and they moved out right after me and moved into a hotel.
Did you go back home then?
No, because my wife, they were in a hotel for 3 months. I moved back.
Your wife wasn't with them?
Yes, she was. It was my wife, him, her, and her son.
So why didn't your wife stay?
Because she was staying with them. They lived in a hotel for 3 months. My wife paid for the hotel the entire time. They both have 2 jobs. They might have paid 5 times. She finally realized what I was saying. So we got back together, and Mr. Mitchell here has been taking her to court. They moved into a place together, them 3. After the 3 months in the hotel, they moved into a place. And it was them 3 and my stepson. And Mr. Mitchell and her got into an argument.
Her as in whom?
My wife and Mr. Mitchell got into an argument. He called the police and told them that she was unwelcome. The police told them that, well, there's nothing we can do about that. If you guys moved in together, you moved in together, we can't just put her out. The next day, he goes to the police department and tells them that she threatened his life. So they gave him a restraining order. So she had to move out. Once she moved out, we've been going to court.
Was there a hearing later regarding the restraining order?
Yes, it was a hearing.
And what was determined at that hearing?
They gave him a restraining order.
They believed him.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Then she got a harassment order against him. She filed a harassment order. They granted her the harassment order. He's the property manager where she lives. So they've been going back and forth to court over this. Finally, I just said, when is this gonna be over? I asked him, when is this gonna be over so we could be a family again? He said, you, and I'll slap the—
All right, let me get to him and then we get back into the details.
Yeah.
It sounds like that's where you're headed with the damaged property. Yes, sir.
So most of that is not accurate, but basically, I haven't had really much of a relationship with them outside of high and by. That's pretty much been the cordial.
You never stayed with them?
We did stay with each other for 4 months.
You stayed with him?
Yes, for 4
months.
months.
You had a relationship with him. You were staying in his house.
Yeah.
That's a real strong relationship. Somebody let you in their house and let you stay there. Y'all tight. You know we ain't have much of a relationship. Y'all real tight. Go ahead.
So
y'all were tight, and then what happened?
So me and my girlfriend, we moved out. We got our own house together. They were going through their problems, and her mother decided to move with us as well.
He said you all kind of provoked the problems. You all, your presence there and your behavior when you were living there caused the problem. Do you think that you all caused problems that damaged their marriage?
Absolutely not. We didn't have anything to do with their marriage. What their marriage was going through, that's on them.
Okay. She's shaking her head. You want your witness to speak?
You want to speak?
Yes.
Sure.
Come on up. State your name.
My name is KENNITA RAHIM. Yes, he did cause us to separate, Your Honor, based on them not paying, and my husband felt they should have been. I, on the other hand, wanted them to try to stack some money so that they could get their own place.
Okay, so he knows now. He didn't know at first.
Yeah.
But now that it came from you, not
Yes.
just him, he should know. Go ahead. What else you want me to do?
Basically, when we moved out of the home in the area that we were living in, me and her, we got our own place, and her mother was coming with us because she didn't have a relationship with her husband at that time.
You had ruined it.
I'm sorry?
You had ruined it. Go ahead.
So the house that we were moving from had got broken into. So that's one of the big reasons why we decided to move. It had got broken into, a lot of our stuff had got stolen. So what this all boils down from is that we were all supposed to get a piece of the renter's insurance that came from the claim. And so Miss Rahim, she's the one who was the purchaser of the renter's insurance at that time, and all of our names are listed. So she decided that, when she got the money, she would shell it out how she saw fit. I never got a piece of it. So that's what caused the initial argument about the bills.
Okay.
So when we moved into our new home, me and my girlfriend, her mother's name was nowhere on the lease. She felt that I owed her a bill, and I felt she owed me money from the renter's insurance.
Okay.
So this made an argument, and during that argument, she said, I'll have somebody come up to your job and kill you. So I decided not to take that lightly, and I decided to go the very next day to get a restraining order because I wanted her out of my house.
You have that today?
Yes, I do.
Let me see it.
Thanks.
Go ahead.
So that's essentially the reason why we were in court. Every single time they brought their party, we brought our party, and we never crossed lines at all. If one party left the courtroom first, the other party will wait behind. This particular night, for whatever reason, after we left the courtroom, me and my girlfriend got in the elevator, and she's pushing the button for it to close. Mr. Rahim slides his foot in the door. So now all of our parties are in the same elevator, where we're not supposed to be because of the restraining orders. So we're in the back of the elevator. They're basically antagonizing us, saying, at that point they had won the judgment. That's what happens when you mess with us. We're going to go celebrate at Benihana. Basically trying to get us to say something. We didn't, though. They exited the elevator first, and we let them go because I have to stay a certain amount of distance away from them. So we let them exit the building first. Instead of them exiting the building, Mr. Rahim stopped and held the door. So now we're in the building waiting for this man to either let us go or go on about his business. So we decide to walk out of the building. He says, when are we gonna stop all this? And we ignore him. We're trying to cross the street, waiting for the light. He repeats himself. When are we gonna stop all this? And we ignore him again. We continue walking across the street. Then he says something else, and it makes my girlfriend turn around. And at that point, I grabbed her and I said, get the out of here. But I never turned around. I kept walking straight. So when we get to the other side of the street, he runs across the street, and now he's in between me, my girlfriend. So he's trying to get to me, but my girlfriend is stopping him, saying, just leave us alone, just back off. So then her mom runs across the street like, no, let them fight, blah, 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 let this happen. So as he tries to reach over her to hit me, he hits her. So at that point,
Hits your girlfriend.
he hits my girlfriend. So at that point, I have to defend her and I have to defend myself.
What'd you do?
So I swung back. So then we just started swinging at each other and hitting each other. Basically, it essentially ended up with us on a bus, and the bus driver got off the bus saying, hey, if you guys don't stop, we're gonna call the police.
Let me hear from you, sir.
Your Honor, I did not follow him over. I asked him, when is it going to be over? He turned around. I have a witness that's notified that states what happened. He hit me first.
Who is
Your
this
Honor,
witness?
Twice. Her name is
is
Felicia Cummings.
Where do you know her from?
She grew up with my wife.
Makes sense. Go ahead. What else?
But, Your Honor, this is what happened. He hit me first, twice. She jumped on my back. If I wanted to hurt her, Your Honor, I weigh 100 pounds more than him. And then she was in the way, blocking him, and he threw the first two punches. He hit me in the eye twice. I got pictures. And she was on my back. She was on my back. And my wife came across the street because she seen I wasn't going to throw her off. I could have threw her off my back. I could have threw her on the ground. I didn't do that. Your Honor, where I come from, you don't disrespect elders.
He hit you in the eye, so the
Twice.
question is, who started it? And he broke your glasses.
Yes, he did.
You have any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. I have photos from the incident as well.
Let's see it.
Okay.
You must have got the best of them, because you ain't nothing wrong with you. Oh, wow, he got you in the face and the jaw. You're right. Yeah. What else do you have? You're showing me your receipts for your glasses. So far, I have no idea who threw the first punch. And if no one can convince me with any other documents who threw the first punch or both, where's your glasses? A picture of them.
I couldn't find them after the fight.
Your Honor?
Yes.
The only thing I have is, like I said, the
Do
witness
you want
statement.
the witness to speak? She wants to say something.
Yeah, you can speak.
All right, come on up. What do you want to tell me?
His glasses were never on the day that the altercation occurred.
He didn't have any glasses
He didn't have
on.
any glasses on at all that day. So,
Sir?
I had on glasses. I'm wearing contacts now.
And he had his contacts on that day, Your Honor.
Yes, he did.
That's not true.
I know you said that it
Come on
wasn't
State your name.
KISHAWNA Moore.
What do you want to tell me?
He just started wearing contacts after the altercation. He hasn't been able to get new glasses yet.
Anybody have a report that describes anything about glasses?
I do.
Because the report should say you told them and he told them, and the police report should indicate whether there were glasses involved.
It just, in my incident report, it has a photo of evidence and it says prescription glasses.
Can you read something about glasses?
Mine says the driver of the Muni coach exited his bus and told them that he was calling the police. During the altercation, Mitchell was also scratched several times on his face, and his prescription glasses, parentheses DMG1 glasses, were damaged beyond repair by Samir. And it also states additional photos.
I'm gonna go with the independent evidence by the police. She didn't have to say nothing about, no, he didn't have glasses on. No, he didn't have glasses. And sure enough, the independent document, that's exactly what they describe. Have a good day. Yours is dismissed and yours is granted.
Thank you. We're just gonna keep living our life. We just hope that they live their lives and leave us alone.
Yeah, I mean, right now we don't want anything to do with them. We just want to move forward with our lives.
There's nothing left that me and my daughter could ever have. Sadly, it's broken up a family that wasn't meant to be broken up.
That's a done deal. They can keep walking.
I hope that he's with her forever because she's gonna need him. She no longer has a mom. She's dead to me.